Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to do a quick video about my experience with getting a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. So I was having some issues with digestion. I was having a lot of inflammation in my stomach to the point to where my stomach was burning, lots of belching, lots of constipation, the whole bit. And so not only that, but I had some blood in my stool. Periodically, I would have blood. Now, a lot of times when people hear about having blood in the stool, we always think the worst, right? We never think about a tear, a hemorrhoid, or anything other than that. And then for us women, you know, if it's blood coming out, we have to make sure it's coming out that end and not the other end. I knew that mine was coming from my rectum, and it was a concern at one point. But let me tell you about my experience real quick. I got scheduled for the colonoscopy and endoscopy, and on a note, just to note this, I'm 41 years old, so they normally don't recommend getting a colonoscopy until after like 45 or something like that. But there have been a lot of studies, a lot of findings of people younger getting colon cancer and these sorts of things. And you know, and a lot of times colon cancer, people that end up having it, it's preventable. If it's caught early, you can prevent that thing, especially if they find like polyps or something in your colon. They can get rid of those. They can stop it before it starts. But normally about time people find out they have colon cancer, it's too late and they end up passing away from it. And so, yeah, so colon cancer is one of those things that can be prevented if it's caught in the early stages. Anyway, so with my experience with it, I was having some bleeding. I was having, you know, constipation. Oh, that's another thing. A lot of people that they normally find colon cancer later, they end up being like they're constipated all the time. They have blood in their stool, like something is just not right. And so they go in to get that done, and they, you know, subsequently they find out that they have, you know, colon cancer. So anyway, so as far as my experience is concerned, I go in there, I'm super terrified because first of all, I'm already taking metoprolol, you know, to help with my heart rhythm and all of that. And so I'm like, they're gonna put me under. I haven't been put under in a long time. So anytime they put you under, of course you have the normal jitters, but I was really nervous about it. And I was like, oh man. So you have to have someone that's gonna go with you to drive you home, because they do put you completely under for this procedure. Plus, in the process too, this is how it starts. You have to go to your pharmacy. They're gonna prescribe you this drink that you have to drink. It's about this big, not that wide. It's a potassium drink and magnesium drink. You can't eat anything after a certain time the day before. You don't start off with drinking the fluid. You have to fast, and then you can only have water and liquids. And then after that, you can have just that drink. And that drink, you have to finish it like every so many hours before the next day you do this. So literally, you're gonna drink so much that you're gonna think, am I overflooding my kidneys? What in the world is going on? This is too much for my body. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be drinking that drink. It's like 4 to 8 ounces every 2 hours. Then in the middle of the night, I had to wake up to finish the drink. So I didn't even get any sleep the night before, because I'm waking up with my alarm going off telling me to drink the rest of the stuff. And the way that they had me mix it, they had me take 2 Gas-X pills. They had me mix it with a Gatorade that was not blue, red, or something else. It had to be like the yellow Gatorade or the clear Gatorade, something like that. I had to mix with the drink plus some water. And I'm telling you, whatever is in your colon is coming out. It will be nothing left of you for real. So you're gonna just poop everything out that you've ever, you know, thought about eating. It's coming out and it's gonna be it. And so then the next day I got up and I went to the hospital, and they, you know, they verify like, hey, did you finish your drink? Did you take your Gas-X? Blah, blah, blah. They tell you the different risks that can come along with it. And a lot of times, like right after you get your colonoscopy and your endoscopy, they'll tell you right away, like if you have cancer or anything like that. They was like, oh, we didn't find cancer, but we found X, Y, and Z. They'll just straight up tell you. And so I went in, they do the countdown, of course, and it's like countdown from such and such. And in your mind, you know you're gonna, do you ever do, okay, for those that have ever went under, do you ever lay there and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna fall asleep? Or you wanna remember falling asleep? It ain't gonna happen. So you fall asleep and you wake up, and I didn't have any pain or anything associated with it. So this is for those that are especially nervous about getting this procedure. Don't be nervous. pray, trust God, and just say, God, you rather know what's going on than not knowing. Okay, trust me. And so after I got the procedure done, what they told me they found that I had inflammation for sure. I had a lot of inflammation in my stomach and my gut. Pretty sure that's due to maybe like a small infection or something like that, but they didn't say that, but they thought that it was a type of candida overgrowth that was going on in my system. Then they said that the cut, because anytime I would go poop, it would be like a lot of blood. Like it would like not be blood and then it'll be a whole bunch. And it literally was from a hemorrhoid. It's just from a hemorrhoid that was inside, like at the bottom, but right at the tip of like where my rectum is. And so no cancer, no polyps, they didn't find any of that, thank God. But when they did the endoscopy where they had to go down my throat, they did find a hiatal hernia right here. And a hiatal hernia is right here in between that rib cage, not too far away from the heart. They said it was small, but it does significant side effects because you have the heart palpitations, burping, that you can't, after you eat, you can't just lay down and go to sleep. It'll raise your heart rate. Hiatal hernia, if you look it up, the different side effects of having a hiatal hernia, it's horrible. Like nobody tells you. It makes you feel like you're dying. They, told me I could take something to help with the inflammation. They basically really didn't prescribe me anything except for stuff to help with the acid reflux that I've been experiencing. So long story short, don't be afraid to get your colonoscopy. Don't be afraid to do an endoscopy. If they suggest one and they perhaps want to do the endoscopy, ask them to do both at the same time. You might as well go ahead. If you're putting me under, just go ahead and check everything, so I don't have to worry about being put under again and the cost and all of those types of things. So I hope this helps anyone out there that have the jitters or that were concerned about getting it, especially people my age group, that they're thinking about getting it within the next 5 years or so. If they're suggesting it now, if you're having any kind of digestive issues, you should go ahead and get it done just to make sure and check and see everything is okay, especially if your doctor suggests it. Again, I love natural remedies, but sometimes you got to get up in there and figure out what's going on, and that's part of natural remedies, because if they said it was something that I could fix on my own, like when they said it was inflammation, okay, I know what I can use for inflammation. I know I could do turmeric. I know I could do, I think it's serpentase or something. I'll figure it out and I'll do a video on it, okay? All right, guys, I just want to do a quick video. It's been a while, and I also want to do a weight loss update. I have not done that, but I'm not even gonna tell you how much weight I lost already, but it's a significant amount, and I'm so grateful. I also have some experiences I want to share with taking that medication as well. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and God bless you all.